Hey starlings, welcome to another new video. Today I have a special request, shout out to Alia. I'll be explaining how to add shadows in pics and vids. Let's get to it.
Starting with Gacha Club. I didn't do much here, but make sure your AC has a green screen in the background. If your AC has a lot of green, I recommend switching it to another color. Also, yes, I switched narrators, don't mind. This is kinda boring since I'm just taking screenshots. But whatever. Moving on to our pictures. Let's start by adding a nice background in Ibis. Now let's import our character and remove the green screen. I select the magic wand tool and then click on it and boom! Also, don't forget to remove the old shadow. After you select it, go to the Layers tab. And in the top right corner should be a clear layer option. That's what I use. I also do the same on the selection layer to remove the selection once I cleared my background. Now go to Add Special Layer Duplicate Layer. And we'll start making our shadow. First activate Alpha Lock, but be sure to deactivate it afterwards. We'll go ahead and make that layer fully black. Now here as can differ according to the direction of the lighting in your picture, but it's pretty easy to learn. First, always line your feet up, and as you go further back, squish it a bit to make it more diagonal. After that, simply move the layer behind the original and make it more transparent by changing the opacity. Now look here. Before the next step, I want to show you what happens when you forget to disable Alpha Lock. You can see I'm blurring the layer, but nothing happens. This is because Alpha Lock only edits the things that have been there before activating it. And that's why you need to disable it. This is optional, but I like to use the FX filter tool and add the effect Gaussian blue because to me shadows aren't that sharp. This is also optional, but I have created an overlay with lighting. So I don't need to do it so often, but you could do it, or you could also skip it too. I edited it a bit to fit the pose, and it's done. Here's the finished product. Now the requested part, adding it to videos. First of all, I make my base, which is putting the screenshots together in Capcut. This is the part you don't see in smooth animations. Cut and move, cut and move, cut and move, cut and, you guessed it, move. Now let's export it and open a new project. In the new project, add your background. Then click on Overlay, Add Overlay, and select your base. Now while selecting the base, click on Cutout and then Chroma key. Select your green screen with the color picker and the intensity of it. You don't need to raise shadows or lower intensity unless you see white spots. Now duplicate that layer and stack it above the original. Once you're done, go to Filters and follow my steps. Now you should be left with a complete black layer. Mine had white spots, so I lowered the intensity of the chroma key. Once you're finished, line it up in the same way I showed you before. I had some black edges, so I trimmed those. After lining it up, be careful to follow my steps. To make the shadow behind the character, go to Layers and set it to 1. I also went to Opacity and set it to 50. Once that's done, I like to review it a couple of times to make sure everything was correct. After that, I added my watermark and I was done. You could also follow these steps if you'd like to do a watermark. And we are done. Here's the finished result.
Lights, camera, action.